Hi everyone, welcome from Law with Dunk the Law Guy, and today is day 60 of the Case Today series journey covering cases across criminal law, tort law, contract law and the English legal system. If you ever have a case you want me to cover, pop it in the comments section and I'll get round to it. Please be aware that the case recordings are available on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and on Spotify too. Simply search Law with Dunk the Law Guy or at Dunk the Law Guy. And to law teachers and students who may prefer an electronic copy instead to read from, so far I've uploaded both PDF and Word document versions of Actus Reus, Causation and Mens Rea handouts to my shop on test.com, which I hope will help you should you want these. The shop is called the Law Guy _Law Library Shop. These resources are also available on Kindle. Once launched, I'll be uploading these to my website too, which will be called thelawguy.co.uk. Today I'd like to cover the case of R.V. Lamb, 1967. In this case, there were two friends playing around with a revolver and there were two bullets in the chamber of the gun, but neither of these bullets were aligned with the barrel. Therefore, both boys felt that the gun wouldn't fire. The defendant, one of the boys, pointed the gun at his friend and fired, sadly killing his friend. The chamber turned as the trigger was pulled and the gun subsequently fired. The defendant was charged with unlawful act manslaughter. As a result of this, it was decided by the court that there couldn't be an assault where the defendant pointed a gun that was thought to be incapable of firing at a person who also thought it wouldn't fire. It's worth noting that the criminal offence of unlawful act manslaughter, step 1 of it, of the actus reus, requires there to be the actus reus of an unlawful act. And it just so happens here, the question for the court was there the actus reus of an assault? So you'll remember that the actus reus of assault is defined as an act, so that's the first part of the actus reus, that causes the victim to apprehend, the second part of the actus reus, immediate, the third part of the actus reus, unlawful, violence, the fourth part of the actus reus. And the mens rea is either intention, I always stress direct intent, or recklessness, subjective recklessness, to cause the victim to apprehend immediate lawful violence. So, why was there no assault in R.V. Lamb, 1967? There was no assault because the other person here, i.e. the person who died, did not apprehend or expect or fear immediate violence or force from the gun, due to not thinking it would fire. So there's a breakdown within the criminal liability structure of assault, meaning the defendant can't be guilty. I think the textbooks and online sources are reluctant to state victim here, even though this is a sad situation, because technically there was no crime due to there not being an assault to support the charge of unlawful act manslaughter, or at least to not support the defendant's unlawful act manslaughter conviction. He wasn't convicted because there was no assault. So there was a breakdown within step 1 of the actus reus of the crime he was charged with. There was no unlawful act, there was no assault, so he could not be guilty of unlawful act manslaughter overall. I'll go into more detail on that later. Now, so it's coming now. Now, some of you may be thinking, why am I referring to the crime of assault when a person has died here? Why am I not referring to the crime of manslaughter? Well, where an unlawful act such as an assault causes death, then this is upgraded to the common law offence of unlawful act manslaughter. The criminal liability structure for unlawful act manslaughter provides that there must be an unlawful act, which is step 1 of the actus reus. That must be dangerous via an objective test, as of R.V. Church, 1967, which is step 2 of the actus reus, which then causes death, a reference to causation here for step 3 of the actus reus, and for step 4, the defendant must possess the mens rea of the unlawful act as of R.V. Newbury and Jones 1976, and here this would be the mens rea of an assault. Now, if we apply the criminal liability structure for unlawful act manslaughter to the facts of R.V. Lamb 1967, you already know that there is a breakdown for step 1, as the actus reus of assault can't be proven, meaning that there is no criminal offence of unlawful act manslaughter overall. And that's it for today. Thank you from Law with Dunk, the Law Guy.